Hello everybody, my name is Wounded, and today I'll be showing you how to increase your Tf2 FPS astronomically. If there's anybody who should watch the video of this for, it should be me, because I've struggled with FPS for years, man, on various different PCs. I have a good one now, but I feel like I have the information to share with you about how to increase your FPS. Anyway, let's get this over with. I don't want to blab too much, but I've already blabbed a little bit, so I'm kind of a little bit contradictory. But anyway, let's just go to the link in the description. Master config. Alright, that's what we're going to today. It's pretty much the newest one, the most updated one. That's why I'm going with it. You know, they didn't have this kind of thing back in my day in 2013 where I ran with 15 FPS. That's irrelevant, alright? Now choose your preset. This is pretty much asking you how much graphics you want to sacrifice in order to get more FPS. So if you get a worse computer, you want to sacrifice more graphics, you should go with the lower few. And if you have a more decent computer or like a better computer, or you don't need that much of an upgrade, but you still want a little bit like of nice graphics, then you should go with, you know, the higher ones. Not the higher ones. These are actually ruining your performance in case of making the game look better. But still, these are pretty much the ones you want to go with if you have a decent computer. Me personally, I'm gonna go with very low anyway, just because, you know, despite not having that bad of a computer, I value FPS over graphics 100 times over, and I heavily prefer the consistency of very high FPS pretty much over everything. Just makes the game a lot more fun to play. Without lag spikes, those kind of things, the game's a lot more fun. Select any add-ons. These are pretty much just things that don't make that big of a deal, you know, in terms of FPS. They make not that big of a decrease or increase depending on how you include them or not. And generally, you know, you should keep most of them off because most of them are just things that you don't really need. But for example, footsteps, you know, even though it's going to make my computer a little bit slower when I'm playing the game, I feel like footsteps are pretty essential in the game just because you can hear people around while it's pretty much wall hacks for your ears. Delicious. Alright, let's jump to the next part. You know, once you've tussled with all these things, you know exactly what you want, and you've chose this, whichever one that you're chosen, click all of these links to download them. Now you've downloaded all of them, go into your Steam library. Go right click Team Fortress 2, go to Properties, go to Local Files on the top tab, then go to Browse Local Files. This is your Team Fortress 2 directory, or if you have a Windows computer, you could probably just go through this, or, you know, maybe you download Steam in a different area. So this isn't quite as consistent with most people, but if you go through Steam, you're always going to get directly to the TF2 directory. That's why I like to do this, just so it appeals to more people. So go into TF2, go into Custom, and get all these files that you have over here, and just, you know, just paste them all in there. Copy them in. This is gonna really be stupid because I've downloaded these like multiple times, recording this video so many times, but you know, it's not that big of a deal. Shouldn't really change my game that much. So anyway, once you've taken all of these things and you've placed them all in your custom folder, you should be good. Custom folder is also where your HUD is downloaded, so you know, if you know where that is, it's gonna be pretty easy to get there. But if you haven't downloaded HUD, it's not that big of a deal. It's just where I've just shown you. Anyway, now you've done that, right click Team Fortress 2 again, go to Properties, then go to General. It's supposed to be General when I open it up, but I already had the tab open. But anyway, then go to Set Launch Options, and this is where the, you know, not as known things come in. They're not unknown, they're not like super special hacks from the FBI, but still, you know, some of these are more useful than you think. No joystick, you know, support, just because 95% of people will not be using joysticks. No vid, this just removes the video of the Valve dude with you know, the washing thing on his head. I don't even know what it's called. Just takes that away. Doesn't make that big of a difference on FPS. You don't need to have that. You don't need to have any of these, but you know, if you want the extra FPS, it usually helps. High just makes your, you know, the game high priority over other things in your computer, like background programs. But generally, your computer is going to do this automatically. But you know, it's still good to have that there, just in case it doesn't do that, and it just gives you a little bit of an FPS. Full of this just makes it full screen. You can also have -SW, I believe, to make it windowed. And this is where your resolution is. Now my resolution isn't actually 1024 x 768, it's 1920 x 1080 as most modern screens are, but I scale it down so that I get a little bit of an FPS boost, plus it's pretty much the most normal resolution of 4:3, and I like using 4:3 because it makes me a competitive gamer. You know, you ever seen a CSGO pro do that? Yeah, practically a CSGO pro. If you want to, generally, one of the best ways to just increase your FPS, the most simple way is just scaling down your resolution. If you have a really bad computer, then I'd recommend going with 640 by for 80 just to make this like just a very minimum amount of pixels, and just generally it just is so much easier to run. So yeah, that's what I would recommend if you have a really bad computer. But you know what, just test it with the thing that you've already downloaded in your custom file, and just keep testing it to see, you know, the balance of FPS and graphics that you want to keep. My balance is 1024 x 768, so that's what I'm gonna be going with. And yeah, I'm gonna go in. Okay, and let's test it out in game, fellas. Let's just jump right into this. Now, if you open up the game, you're going to see that, you know, not much has changed. This is just my custom HUD if you're wondering how my interface is a little bit different. But if you open up console, which if you don't know how, I'll explain to you in a little bit, you know, you'll see that master config loaded is up in there. So pretty much if you want to go into console, but you've never done it before, just go to options and go to advanced and enable developer console, and then see which button that is. I don't even know where it is. But yeah, it's somewhere here, so you're going to find that, and then you're going to see the key, and then you're going to open up Developer Console to see if it has loaded in. So clearly mine has, and let's just jump right into a game, see if it has affected our FPS, fellows. Now, many of you, when you jump into the game, you might have the same problem as me. You know, your FOV is a little bit zoomed in, and you don't have your weapon. So to simply fix this, is just go into your console and type in view model underscore FOV, and I don't know why it's set to that, but just to fix it, just go to 75. So now you're gonna have your weapon, and if your weapon still doesn't show, do R underscore draw view model and make sure that it's at 1, which it is. That's why it's showing up. And if your game seems a little bit zoomed in, then just go to FOV underscore desired and then type in 90. And yeah, now you're pretty swell. So yeah, that's how you do it. You know, recording at a solid 60 FPS is pretty good for me, and that's what it seems to be doing. So yeah, it seems like it has made a little bit of a difference on my FPS. So yeah, if this video helped you, don't forget to like, and if you like me, don't forget to subscribe. And yeah, if you don't know what happened or something weird happened, just ask me a question, just leave a comment. You know what? I don't even care. If it didn't work for you, you can even leave a dislike. Hopefully you do a comment, but you can even dislike me, and I need all the integration or interaction that I can get. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to check out my other Tf2 video. It took forever to make. So, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you, hopefully, later. Probably not, but hopefully. Didn't hit him. Alright. Goodbye, everybody.